Hi, we pulled the statistics for Mount Prospect, Illinois, all the closed properties for 2025. Now, if you know, 2024, the real estate market in Mount Prospect was hot. Well, after looking at the numbers in Mount Prospect for 2025, the only phrase that I can come up with is hot, hot, hot.
Exactly. We took all of our local MLS data, downloaded every property, every single family home that had closed in Mount Prospect in 2025. And instead of laboring for days over how to present this, we decided to leverage some AI this year. We loaded all of that MLS data into an AI platform and asked it to make a video. And what it came up with, we certainly believe will be a easy to understand analysis of the last year of what happened in Mount Prospect.
We hope you enjoy it. Take a look.
Picture a quiet suburban town. You know the kind. Tree-lined streets, nice houses, everything looks pretty stable, right? But underneath that calm surface, the real estate market can be an absolute beast. Today, we're going to dig into just how dramatically things can change in a very, very short amount of time.
It's a simple question, but honestly, the answer can affect the biggest financial decision of your entire life. So is 1 year just a little blip on the radar, or can it signal a massive fundamental shift in everything?
So, how are we going to figure this out? Well, we're not guessing. We are digging into the raw data. We've analyzed every single-family home sale in one town, Mount Prospect, Illinois, across 2 full years, 2024 and 2025, to see what story the numbers have to tell us. Okay, let's start with the big one, the question that's on everybody's mind, price. We're going to use the median sales price here. That's the number right in the middle, so a couple of crazy expensive houses don't throw off the whole picture. So what was that number back in 2024? In 2024, the median sale price for a single-family home in Mount Prospect was exactly $450,000. A solid, typical price for a suburban market. Okay, now hold that number in your head for a sec. Because just 1 year later, in 2025, that same median price jumped all the way up to $485,000. That is a pretty significant leap in just 12 short months. Let's really put that into perspective. That's a $35,000 increase in 1 year. We're talking an 8% jump. For a buyer, that means needing an extra $7,000 just for a down payment. The cost of waiting just 1 year was steep. But you know, price is only part of the story. To really get the feel of a market, you have to look at the power dynamic. You know, who's really in the driver's seat? The buyers or the sellers? How intense was the competition to actually land a house? For this, we're going to use a fantastic little metric, the sale price to list price ratio. You can just think of it as our bidding war index. It's simple. If a home sells for its list price, the ratio is 100%. Anything over that? Well, that's how you know buyers were fighting it out and driving that price up. And let me tell you, in 2024, this market was already competitive. I mean, look at this example on MacArthur Boulevard, listed at $435,000, and it sold for over $500,000. That's 20% over asking. So yeah, the bidding wars were definitely already happening. And this really captures the feeling on the ground. It suggests that what was already a pretty competitive market was about to turn into a total frenzy. But did the data actually back that feeling up? Oh, you bet it did. In 2025, the bidding wars got even more intense. This home on Gulf Road, listed under $240,000, sold for $310,000. That is nearly 30% over the asking price. That starting point mentality was very, very real. Okay, so prices are up and competition is fierce. That brings us to our final metric, speed. Because in a hot market, homes just don't sit around for very long. So let's take a look at the days on market. So just think about it for a second. From the day that for sale sign went up in the yard to the day the contract was signed, what do you think the median time was for a house on the market in 2024? Just 1 week. That's it. That is incredibly fast. It means most homes were probably getting snatched up after the very first weekend of showings. That is a crystal clear sign of a seller's market. So the big question is, could it possibly get any faster than that? Yep, it could. In 2025, the median time on market dropped to a mere 5 days. 5! The window of opportunity for buyers shrank even further. This market didn't just stay hot, it found a whole other gear. So we have price, we have competition, and we have speed. We've seen all the individual pieces.
Now, let's put them all together for the final verdict on how this market completely transformed in just 1 year.
And the final verdict is just crystal clear. In every single key metric we looked at, the market got hotter. The median price shot up by $35,000. The time to sell dropped from an already fast 7 days to just 5. And our bidding war index shows that paying over the list price became the absolute norm, climbing from about 100% to over 102%. In short, it got more expensive, it got faster, and it got a whole lot more competitive.
The story of Mount Prospect shows an immense amount of change in a super short period, but it leaves us with this one much bigger question. Is this just a temporary local bubble? Or is this a preview of what's happening in suburbs all across the country? Now that really is the million-dollar question.
Hi, we hope you enjoyed the video. We've been selling homes in Mount Prospect for, over 30 years. We've also been involved in local organizations and coaching sports and what have you. So we do know Mount Prospect and spend a lot of time there.
Absolutely. Mount Prospect is our Des Plaines neighbor to the west, so it's very easy to go back and forth between those two communities, but it was great to take a look at what has been happening and how hot Mount Prospect's real estate market has been. We are Joe and Jean Marella with the Spouses Selling Houses team at Keller Williams, your local real estate experts. If you're considering a move, we would be happy to set up a time to chat with you and see if we might be able to help you figure out where your property, if you're selling, or where you might be able to find your next home, would be best in this market right now. Feel free to reach out to us.
Thanks.